Well, hello there, YouTube audience. How are you doing? It's been a while, I guess. I don't know. Get your butts in here. Let's go. Get your butt in here. You're wondering, Bill Guy, who is this very special guest that you have? Why, that is a great question. And soon as the answer appears, I'll let you know. Until then, it's a secret. The only way you're going to figure out the secret is if you come aboard and, I don't know, do some stuff. Yeah. So we'll you know. Yes, Elderberry, it is very special. How you doing, by the way? How's your quick recovery? It could be a secret. If I had some boom slang, what's going on? Been a while, and I say oi. I always say oi instead of yo. Yeah, if he's awake and I can get him on, you know who he. Well, always my co-host, but that's good. Holy, there's my special guest. There's my special guest right there, Miss Carly Sagan. The lovely and talented and beautiful Miss Carly Sagan in the building. I am honored. I am honored that she's decided to pop in. Mainly because ladies don't come on my chat anymore. um, I got sunburn again. Yeah, like the third time in 6 weeks. That's what happens when you spend time outside. But oh, you're very welcome. You're like a bear in hibernation. I talk to you, and then we get the messages going on. But you're good. But I hope everything is getting better for you health wise. I don't really respond to Facebook posts too much. When I see a Facebook post, it's like 4 days old, 6 days old, and I'm like, what do I say? I'm still catching up on Grumpy Stack's Facebook post from 2 months ago. But one of these days, I got to get Grumpy Stack back on here. I just forget to keep, I forgot to put my damn banner up. I just forget to message everybody. But if I would have known you were jumping on, I would have grabbed your link. I would have said, come on up. But I don't know. Xanaron in the building. Greetings, sir. About to start Bible study. I didn't know you did Bible study. Oh, okay. Yes, I need you as a special co-host. You need to come up, Carly, one of these days when you're feeling good and stuff. And you know, I just worked 8 days in a row, and I finally have a 3-day weekend, and I'm sunburned. I guess that's the beauty of the working in the. Well, I went outside today. Fixed the hair again. I don't know. I ain't seen this hair in a while, except for the picture right there. But I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's lovely. I just throw a hat on. Whatever hair I got left, it's yeah. Shit. My hairline's like kind of receding a bit, but that's okay. It's just because I wear hats. But I don't know. Purple again. You got to do the colors of the rainbow: blue, yellow, purple. There he is, Mr. Cajun Coin Hunter, a.k.a. Boudreaux. He's got to take the curlers out and screw my teeth in. Well, you know, if you fall asleep with your teeth in, you never have to screw them out. So, but yes, Miss Carly, you should do colors of the rainbow. Blue, red, purple. Well, my favorite color is blue. I've just always liked blue. I don't like the bright colors, which mainly would be yellow and red. That's just me. But I think it would look good on you. I worked with this older lady a few years ago at Marshall's. Her name was Miss Judy. She was like 75, and she was a cancer survivor. Is a cancer survivor, and she had purple hair, and that's how everybody remembered her. They say, "Oh, that's Miss Judy." Like I still see her once in a while when I go in there, and I'm like, "Hey, Miss Judy," blah blah blah. But you know, well, I mean, whatever you want to do is, you know, purple, blue, uh, whatever color, you know. I have never dyed my hair. Uh, it's still black on top. I used to have red streaks in my hair. It disappeared over time. My beard used to be red. That was the first thing that went. Like maybe like about, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago, my beard turned completely gray or white. But all of that was red. I would have a red beard. People think I'd be bleeding. And I had red streaks in my hair. I don't really see any red streaks in there too. Nah, I look kind of funny with blue hair. I can't even get ladies now with my natural hair color. Imagine if I go blue. They'll think I'm Papa Smurf or something. I don't know. Well, that would be the skin color, I guess. The hair color wouldn't make any difference. I don't know, but that's just me talking. But and when it ever decides to go gray, hopefully I got another 30 or 40 years before the damn thing, you know, does that. Hey, my food just came. Look at that. It's a miracle. Of course, it's right down the street. I don't know. I don't have a good history with ladies. Apparently, I talked to some of them online, but they always seem to have this magic word called boyfriend. I don't know. Appreciate you, Miss Carly. Hey, check your messages. I'll hit you up tomorrow when I'm off. That's if you got free time, because I don't want to bother you or anything. But go have a good Bible study and say some prayers for me. God's given me blessings lately. He keeps giving me pennies. He gave me a 1957 wheat penny yesterday. So, but appreciate you, Miss Carly, for popping in. One of the best mods out there. Well, at least on my channel, anyways. Let's see. I did see Zanron here. We're in training camp. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to football season. I love my team. Best team out there, New Orleans Saints. Best team on the planet. Probably best team in Mars. I don't know. Let me go grab my food real fast. I'll be right back. I don't feel like taking my phone because my phone's actually been actually working today. It hasn't been screwing up like it usually does, and I'm afraid to move it. But I'll be back in about a minute. Until then, talk among yourself. You know, say that the Saints are the best team ever. Pretty much. I mean, All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Hope I didn't miss any nudity. Well, there's no way to be. That's okay. Oh. I knew that was a good thing with, you know. I'm glad Miss Carly popped in. I like talking to her. She's pretty cool. Let's see. I got the food in me. Oh, Whopper Jr. was smaller than I thought. There ain't no damn large fry, bastards. Disappointed. $10.16. I didn't pay $10.16. I paid less than that because I'm awesome. I'm so awesome. But let's see. What do we got here? Well, I guess I'll move the thing for a minute. Oh. Well. Yeah, that was weird when I have a very special guest because I was just using that as a reference point. But hey, we did have a very special guest. We had Miss Carly here. So I'm kind of glad, even if nobody else pops up on the stream, hey, at least she was here. So, and if I'm really lucky, if Miss Kayla's not streaming, we'll get her or we'll get somebody like Treasure Woman or somebody I hadn't been on the channel in a while. That's if I'm really extremely lucky, but I don't push my luck. You know, all the ladies seem to disappear on around, so I don't know, but yeah, it's but. Let's see. Cajun's putting on the lipstick right now. He'll be back. He'll be in here momentarily. But or was it the eyeshadow? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. This thing's so small. But so let's see. As I was saying about the greatest football team in history, the New Orleans Saints. We are less than. I think we're in June still. I don't know. Let me make sure the volume's on. Oh shit, it's full blast. Hold on. There we go.
Who that, baby? Who that?
That's right. Who that, sir? Got it going on.
Up there, Cat.
Yeah.
How you doing? So,
hey, Cat's here. What's up, Cat? I'm getting all ladies today.
It's Sagan. It's related to Carl Sagan, the astronaut.
Yeah, that's the kind of the joke going on, but that's her name.
Elderberry. Zanron's in the house.
Yeah, as soon as I said go Saints, he stopped talking. Because you know we played the Lions in week 1. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, we do.
I gotta get used to looking at me without the goatee right there. It shows.
Oh hell, I didn't even notice that until you just turned it up.
Shows more of this. So I need to tighten this up.
I was trimming my beard, and I said, I'm thinking of doing like a Fu Manchu, or like I'm gonna do the handlebar mustache, because I got the the Raleigh fingers look.
Well, I was gonna just trim it, short, And
Mhm.
but I had to on my little trimmers. Missy had got them for me, and uh, when I was in the hospital the first time. Anyway, I had too short of a guard on it, and it. I said, let me just try it like that, and I did. And it was too short, and I didn't want to do my mustache that short, so I just went on ahead and shaved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a turkey
Yeah,
neck. Got the
that's what happens. You get that turkey neck. Gobble gobble.
yeah.
It is what it is. That's why we grow beards, so you don't have to see that.
That's it.
Uh, well, I found me a 57
Weedy.
Wheatie in the parking lot. I'm in the park, in the parking lot, and I saw it, and I looked at it, and I was like, because it's dark brown. I said 57. I flipped it over. The back, the front, you can see the back is kind of scarred up though, but you can still see the Wheatie and stuff. But it's not in the best of condition. But hey, it's a free Wheatie.
Look where you got
And
it
then
from.
it was in the parking lot.
That's what I mean. Look where you got it from.
Yeah.
Parking lot pin.
Well, they spill money. And then I walked over a few more steps, and I was gonna film it. I had a coin spill. I had eight different pennies in a circle, somebody just like cleaned out their car and just threw all their pennies on the ground. I said, "Hey, I'll take it." I found 6 cents today. I'm always finding change. I say, God, are you gonna bless me today? And then I turn around, and there's a penny or a nickel.
Pennies
So
from
I
heaven.
guess I'm lucky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to push it, but I don't want to push it and say, "Give me a 10," but
Never know. Yeah.
Hey, one time he gave me a 20 floating towards me, and I was like, "Thank you, Lord."
When I was living in Tucson, back in 08, 09, and all, when my work had brought me over there, they had some baseball diamonds at a park and big soccer fields over there too. And they had a big, I forget, some kind of world champion or something over there one time. Soccer, and football, They had some big name guys over there too. Like I said, this was a big event. Well, certain times of the year it's windy, and people are buying stuff at the concession stands, and they'll pull out some, like, out of their pocket a wad of bills or whatever, and then the wind will take one of them, and they got a big huge berm, and then there's a subdivision there. So anyway, I forget what, I was looking for something. The wind had caught something that I had, and what was it? I think it was a picture. One of the soccer players had was going to autograph it. So I went looking for it, and I saw it over there. The berm, it's like riprap, them big gray limestones, like you see over the levees, on the Mississippi River and stuff, where there's a pipeline. You always
I know what you're talking about.
Big gray boulders. We call that riprap when I was hauling rock and aggregate and stuff, gravel, sand, dirt. Anyway, we would haul that riprap there and cover in pipe. Anyway, they had a lot of them. They were bigger though, like that, and it was granite. And I saw my picture over there, so I went to go, and then I looked down, and there's a $20 bill. I'm like, damn, so I'll pick it up. Nobody was looking for it. I picked it up. The wind caught it from somebody. I go a little further. I pick my picture up. I look up ahead. There's a $5 bill. Man, I'm like, damn. So I just walked a little further, and there was a couple ones, $1 bills.
I would have kept dropping that picture. Oops,
So,
in case somebody said something. Whoops.
So I went back over there with a guy. I forget his name. He was up and coming. He was one of the best in the like what they call the minor leagues or whatever. He was getting
don't know
into the
anything about
pros.
soccer, but
Like up in the big league, like Pele, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. The one that died not long ago. The most famous soccer player ever, Pele. Pele.
Pele. Yeah, you
That's how
said
you
it right pretty
pronounce it.
much. Pele.
Okay.
There ain't no wrong way to say that, but
Yeah. Well, never know. So
they buried him in. If I'm not mistaken, they have in his country, Brazil.
mhm.
They do cemeteries like hotels, like first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, like a high-rise hotel, because they don't have a lot of space apparently. And he's buried like way up on like I don't know, 12th floor or something. I think if I remember, I think it was him.
Closer to heaven.
I guess so. I think it was him, if I'm not mistaken.
They got two or three of them that still well known. I think what's the other one? Massey, like Massey.
Lionel Massey, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then David Beckham.
Roadrunner.
That's the Roadrunner.
Beep, beep.
Greetings. Boop, boop. Hey, somebody told me I could take a big old horn and stick it on a blower. Because I was joking around. I was using we have this blower, it's the Ryobi blower, and I said I'm using this sucker as a horn. I kept turning it on. Vroom, 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 vroom. And this guy told me, they got a big old horn like a truck horn that goes on that. And I said, I'm gonna find out where that is and stick it on this sucker. Then we're gonna have fun. Let's see. Damn, we're out of Coke. Oh, I'll have to go get some more tomorrow.
I
finally have a day off. It's a miracle. It only took 8 days.
Horns and stuff. Minimize this. Where's it at? Here we go.
Beer, check. More beer, check. A lot of beer, definitely check. There we go. Get in there. Gotta block that so the good old bugs don't fly. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I gotta deal with it. I forgot. Termite guys coming tomorrow. It's always when I'm off. Someone always has got to come when I'm off. I can't sleep late, ever. Guy comes to crack at dawn, I'm going to crack him. I didn't fix anything either. See, now I get to meet this guy. I'm going to tell him, tear that damn wall down like you should have did. But they don't listen. Luckily, there ain't nothing in that damn spare room now, so I'm going to work on it. When I sent you that message, the other day, I was like, hey, Wayne kept saying, I miss my buddy Cajun. Where's my buddy Cajun? I miss my buddy Cajun. I said, ask and you shall receive.
Right.
He's like, have you heard from Cajun? I said, not really. I said, I talk to him from time to time, but, I don't talk to him every day. But, he's getting a lot more people in the stream now, it seems like. So I guess there's something going on with that. YouTube told me I had, and I didn't even do that many videos last month, and I still had 2,476 minutes watched. And I went, well, that's not a lot, but considering I didn't stream that much last month, I guess that's a lot. So, I don't know, but where is Wayne? Wayne, get in here if you listen. Get your butt in here. Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can share this or not. I can, but I don't know what file it's in.
What is it?
Uh, it's a horn.
Hmm. Yes, I know that cat. Oh yeah, hey, Cajun, I got a new running gag. Every time I go in Wayne's now, I go hi, because he's like, hey, new people, start talking, say something. And I go, hi, I'm new here. I've never been to this channel before. How are you, sir? He's like, you're not new. I said, I'm newish. It's like, greetings. I've never been to this channel before. How are you doing? I just keep saying that. It's funny as hell. Like, the other day he did a live stream. I was at work. I'm coming home. He's doing another live stream. He goes, you still at work? I said, well, I'm not home yet, but I will be. I said, oh, by the way, I'm new here. I've never been here before. Who are you? No. It's all good. I remember when I was like one of the few people in Wayne's stream, and I was like, hey, where'd everybody go? I'm like, I don't know. They disappear.
Do you see
They
that?
come in.
Do you see that in the basement?
Nothing popped up, I don't think.
I see it.
Oh, okay, now it popped up. It didn't
Okay.
pop up a minute ago.
All right. All right. Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, a new way to invent a blowjob. Blowjob to go. I got this song in my head. I got this song in my head from this artist, and this is a song that sounds like the Dixie Chick song apparently, but it's this Chappelle Rowan. I don't really know who she is. She's kind of new, and she's got this song. It's called "The Giver," and all she talks about in this song is how she gets the job done. So, I took a few liberties and kind of put a few words in there and kind of just started humming it. And I was humming it at work. And it turned into like a blowjob song or something. I don't know.
And who is that? What's the girl?
It's just,
What artist?
yeah, her name. Oh, I got a Twitch bot. Hey, Twitch bot. Yeah, her name's Chappelle Rowan. Apparently, she's been around a year or two. Some young chick with long ass hair. Apparently, she was on MTV last year, 2 years ago. I don't know. I never heard of her until I heard this song, and I'm like, oh, I like the song. It's catchy. But she's got a few songs because I fell asleep one night, and I was listening to because I could take the radio station and put it on my TV, iHeart Radio, with B97 and whatever. And they have like classic artists. I mean, they have like artists from certain people. And I fell asleep and I woke up and this song was on. The playlist kept going. So like YouTube, it keeps going. And it was on there. And, so I woke up because I sleep with my TV on sometimes. So I woke up and I said, who the hell is this? What's this song? And there's no video for it, but she's singing, and basically it's her like saying she's going to get the job. Hire me, I'm going to get the job done. And I said, well, there's only one job you can do for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird stuff. I heard of her last year because some kind of like her music company or something was in league with something else, and she got a bunch of artists started dumping this person. So, but they don't even make. Apparently, they don't make music videos for artists anymore. I don't think they have to, or they need to. Because MTV don't play music anymore, and they certainly don't do videos. So why the hell are they named MTV?
Well, there were videos out way before MTV was a thing. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, all them, they all had videos out in the 60s.
Well, yeah.
But that was a good idea. Somebody had to, music television, MTV. And that's all it was videos, And man, I don't know what happened, but they just fell off the damn wagon and started doing all kind of crazy stuff. And then like with who was them two guys? Dumbass or something, Johnny Knoxville and some other Jackass or something they call themselves.
Jackass. It's like, hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah. So I think they started, they putting stuff like that out on there, and it got bought out. And somebody had the bright idea of keeping the MTV letters MTV, but not having any videos, and music. Because they used to have the Country Music Awards, CMA, CMT, Country Music Television was on there a while. Then what's the other awards? You got CMA.
Well, they still do. MTV still does the MTV Music Awards from Radio City Music Hall usually because which makes no sense because they don't play music or anything music related. It's all reality TV shows basically now, but they still do the MTV Music Awards.
Really? Oh,
so
okay. Yeah, what about the CMA Awards though? Because they were doing that. And what's the other one? Country Music Awards, and then there was another award. That's on for country music, but it was a different initiative.
On like CBS, I think. I think it comes on like CBS now. But
well, they had two of them on there anyway, and it was both country awards. Wow. It's just the name was different, like Country Music CMA Awards, and then they had another, and it was CMT Awards. No, I don't think it was. Anyway,
well, CMT's a television station. That's still around, I think.
Yeah. Maybe. But they had, like I said, they had both country music awards on MTV years ago, and then but now they had music videos out way before MTV was there.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say something about videos, but anyway.
Video
I hadn't
the radio.
I don't know of any new songs or in the last 10 years, I guess. I'm not up to date on any country, rock, anything that came out in the last 15 years, I'm not familiar with.
Well, I listen to we have a couple of stations. We don't have a lot of country stations down here. We have WNOE, but I don't listen to that. I listen to Bayou 95.7's plays classic rock, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, which I don't think that Nirvana isn't classic rock in my opinion, but hey, you gotta, then B97, which is like all the pop artists that are now like the Justin Biebers of the world. We'll just say that. I know you've heard of him probably.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
all those young kids. That's what B97 is. All the pops, they play Taylor Swift all the time on there. Sometimes I'll listen to B97 because they will play a certain song I like. And then they got Magic 101.9. That's like for the workday. And they play like 80s and 90s. They play 80s and 90s mostly. And then they got Voodoo 104, which plays pretty much anything.
92.3, The Rock, the foot of the bridge.
Yeah, 92.3 out here is alternative, which is run by the old DJ from 106.7, which is awesome. Oh, they all play out. 92.3 is alternative rock. Yeah, they play some good stuff. Oh, we had Miss Carly on here. Maybe we'll get an appearance from Grumpy Stack one of these days. I don't know. I got to start messaging people. Hey, I'm live. Hey, I'm live. Hey, I'm live. Maybe they'll show up. So, I don't know. But, oh.
Strawberries?
Do what?
Strawberries. Cut it up. Got sugar in the plate.
Strawberries. I'll be right over.
Come on. Doors unlocked.
Sure, why not? I'll make a surprise appearance. That'd be funny if I was right outside your house and you hear knock, knock, knock. Hey, I'm here. Yeah, you got the strawberries over there. But you got to have the whipped cream with the strawberries, otherwise, or the little cake things. Otherwise, the strawberries just. Or you can mix the strawberries and the blueberries. Not to be confused with the dingleberries.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Them little angel food cake cupcakes.
Anytime I get strawberries, I get those.
About that big around, that tall, and got a little cup in the middle.
Yep.
About that deep. Put strawberries and that glaze and that strawberry glaze in there.
Yep.
Oh man, I hadn't had some of that in a long time.
It's like angel food cake, basically. Yeah.
That's what I said. Angel food cake.
Yeah. Oh,
that's it. Cat's got the strawberries up there. Yeah, bud.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over there. Oh. Put this back on the hook here. There we go. Oh. I'm all sunburned. Again.
What happened?
I didn't put sunscreen.
What happened to old Boomhauer there?
Which one? Boom slang you talking about?
Yeah, boom slang.
No, I don't know. There's somewhere. I don't know. Probably listening. This could turn out to be the biggest podcast ever, and it's not even a podcast. I should start a podcast. Why not? And I ain't even going to charge anything. It'll be free. Because people actually pay to listen to nonsense on Apple and these other platforms. I can do this for free. In fact, I am doing it for free right now.
I need to take them codes and put them in my thing.
Did you get the other one? I sent 4 of them, and I sent 4, and the next day I found another one. So there were 5 codes. 5 or I think 5.
I got the single one first, and then you sent 4 more. A picture of 4 more.
Oh, that's weird because I did it in the opposite order. I don't
Let me
know.
check.
My phone's a little wonky. Yeah, I when I go outside and change the trash, some of those were sitting on the cement. I didn't find any today. I kept finding Lucky Strike.
They
I'm
were
like, why don't you?
they were already torn off the paint.
No, I
Oh.
tore them off.
Okay.
No, they were all connected. I'm not bringing the whole pack home. No, I tore it off and stuck it in my back pocket.
Okay. Well, when
That's
you
what I
said
do
you
with-
found them, you found them on the sidewalk or whatever. I thought you found just the code.
No, I found the whole. Well, two of the Marlboros were in the garbage can, and I pulled it out the garbage can, and the other 3 were sitting on the asphalt in the parking lot.
Look,
You know, I put all that stuff in my pocket.
and there's 4. There's one right there. There's 4, and then there's another one.
Oh,
So
well, that
a
gold
single,
one,
4, and a single.
that gold one didn't show up in the that gold one on the bottom is the same one in the middle picture. It just didn't show up too good, so I scanned it again.
Yeah, I see it.
I didn't know if you could see it, so I did it again.
Yeah, no, I can't make unless I can barely make it out. No, I can't. Some of it 766 or.
Well, I still got them. I didn't throw them away. They're sitting right there. Usually I throw them away, but they're right there. Because one just happens to be gold. I don't know if there's any point difference or anything, but they were all the same.
No, there was at one time there were the green ones, the menthol. They were worth, I think it was 10 or 5. Instead of 100, they were worth 200.
Oh, they all came from the same packet.
And I had
it was black pack.
I had like 30 or 40 green ones. In fact, I got those from East Coast Ken. Those green ones. I think his wife smoked menthols, but he quit a while back. In fact, he sent me an email not long ago, about 2 months ago, a month and a half, 2 months ago. He said, "Hello, old friend. How you been?" You know, told me about him and his wife and the kids, what they've been doing, and I think they moved or something. Because he was paying expensive rent. You know, I'm like, man, I'll just buy you a damn house. You know, you paying $1,500 a month rent, $2,000 a month rent. Man, your house know to be half of that.
That's in my area. Yeah. That's why in a few months. That's why I'm saving up my money. In a few months, I'm moving.
Well, he's in Carolinas, North Carolina. So,
my landlord told me last week he wants to retire. So by the end of next year, he's selling off all his properties anyway. So I would have to move no matter what. He wants me to buy it. He come up to me and he's like, "Hey, yeah, if I make you an offer for the house, you want to buy it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how much you talking about?" He's like, $175,000. And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, think about it." And I'm like, "Okay." He left, and I'm like, "There ain't no damn way." I mean, I like this house, but it floods. The backyard and the front yard floods. I'm gonna pay $175,000. And he goes, "Oh, your house note would be the exact same you're paying now." And I'm like, "Nah, I doubt it. It's probably going to be higher." I said, "Nah, I'll just go get me an apartment somewhere and pay less. You know, hell with that." So I haven't told him I'm moving, but I plan on it. I ain't going to wait until the next year. I'm just going to be like, "Nah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. Just get the, I'm trying to go back. Huh?
I told you about what's been going on across the street from me, huh? With that insurance office and all that.
Something about somebody bought it or broke into it or something?
No, somebody bought it. That property, and it was the insurance office. It was a little house. He had it moved there, I think. Turned into an insurance office because he sold his office downtown, and I mean down in the historical district on 2nd Street. He sold his insurance office to my cousin, and that's where the radio station's at. That's
Oh, I
part
didn't
of the
know that.
radio station. That's one half. They had like my cousin owns two buildings, and they next to each other, but they connected the two with what looks like an airline gate. You know, when they hook up the gate to the airplane and you walk in, that's what it
Yeah.
looks like from the outside. You know, when you go, if you know it's there in between the two buildings, about like this, and that's where that gate, whatever, like walking from one spaceship to the other, like a docking bay or whatever. That's what it looks like from the outside. Spaceship hookup, but it's just two buildings that's connected together with that passageway. And then they have the front door and then the back door and then the other part of the studio and the radio station, front door, back door. And one side's the main office and part museum and then offices in the back. And then where the actual studio is, the DJ booth, that's used to be Johnny's uncle's place. It was a jewelry store. And they made jewelry and sold jewelry, made watches, sold watches, expensive stuff. And Johnny's brother was a watchmaker and repairer. And then he passed away a couple years ago, but 3 years ago, I think. And all that equipment just sitting there, watchmaking stuff. Again, I don't know if the son's going to take it up or not. I mean, the grandpa was a watchmaker, repairer. Johnny's uncle was a watchmaker, repairer. So, it's kind of in the family. And then Johnny's brother, he took it up because that's a trade that there's not many people in that trade, watchmaking and repair. That's it used to be years ago. It was a common thing, but nowadays it's not that common. They had two watch repairers in my hometown.
They got a big watch repair right down where I used to live. You go down Robert, where I would catch the parades right on the side of the hospital, and they got a big. It used to be an old guy. He passed it on to his son, and they do clocks and watches and pretty much anything with a mechanism. And that's been open for I think 50 or 60 years. It's right there. It's right off of Gauls. It's right on the main strip. So I mean, a lot of cars pass by it, but I don't know their hours. But of course, I don't have a watch. And then they got another place that does stuff too, but I don't think they're open anymore.
I could get one from Marlboro with those codes. I could get one. I got enough for one. I forget what name of the watch is. Casio, maybe? Nice watch.
Ain't too bad.
Let me go to Marlboro.
I didn't find any codes today. I mean, and I do dig in the trash sometimes because they throw full water bottles in there, and it's just heavy as hell for me to pick it up, so I dump the water out. I just got to make sure I don't grab the piss bottles because these damn truckers love to piss in the bottle and throw it. They throw it on the ground. They throw it on the cement. They throw it in the damn trash cans. They throw it in the damn sewer thing. I got to pick out, and it's like I should throw it at them.
Not cool.
No, I know. Hell, one person shit in the grass. I just happened to catch it, and I'm like, my boss was like, I said, look, I showed her, I said, is that what I think it is? And she freaked out, and she chewed out the guy on the thing, this young guy, and he's like, I've worked many places. I've never seen anyone do that. And she's like, well, they did it. Just because you don't see it, mean they don't do it. I mean, there are woods right there, so anything's possible. But I mean, woods are more like in the back, but There is that
Looking,
wooded area. No. They don't give me notifications on these basement things.
That's a nice little watch, Casio. 20,000
yeah.
points. 20,000 points. This is
Huh.
100. So this is 2,000. That watch is 2,000 of these.
Damn.
Right? 2,000 times 100. 20,000.
Yeah. Well, shit, if you do like I do and just go
Yeah.
through the trash and cherry pick them, you'll find them in no time. But,
Johnny's sister and brother-in-law save them for me.
yeah.
Let me see here.
Well, if you didn't do the points, I mean, I would have just made an account, but I'm not a smoker. But I mean, if they would have did free, if it's free stuff, I would have made one myself. But I know you do it, so I said, hell, might as well not go to waste. And I know those points. I know no one uses those codes, so I mean, I rip them off, and I just, I still have them sitting right here in case, hopefully they work though.
I would, you know what I would do if you do find a lot of them.
Yeah.
Shit, go ahead and I'll share. I'll send you pictures of some codes. If you want to do that, open your little account with Marlboro and use your code. I'll send you pictures of some. You get you something. It take you a while to get you a watch. Get it. Because I get Johnny's sister. They give me oh man, like let me see. Show you here. These little snack bags. I mean, every time they bring them, it's half full, and you can only cash in 30 a month. And hell, they give me like 130 every couple of months. They give me I forget how many, but it's a lot. I got more bags than that.
I don't know if I would open. I don't know if I'd make an account because I got too many floating accounts out there now, and I would just kind of forget about it.
Oh, okay.
Because I do the fetch, and sometimes I grab like 50 receipts, and I don't want to do them all, and then I got like about 3,000 receipts pile up, and sometimes they expire. So I'm kind of like, well.
Yeah, Missy will pull some receipts out that her sister gave her, and they like a month old. I'm like, man, those things ain't no more good. They expired. I said some of those accounts, a week, anything over a week old. Fetch is still like 2 weeks. I just did one today. I'm like, oh man, this is expired. It was the 30th of last month or the 29th of last month. Surprised me, it was still good.
Sometimes they'll take them. Sometimes they'll take them. Other times I've had like brand new receipts and it tells me it's over 2 weeks old and I got to submit it. And then sometimes I'll take a nice little pen and change the date just slightly, and that'll work. It all depends. I use the tracking slips from Amazon. When I'm cleaning the warehouse, I find shitloads of these things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It depends. It's a little tricky. But I'll do it's got a price on it. It's just a tracking slip. It's not a receipt, but it'll show what it has on there and it'll show the amount. It'll work.
I still do the bank withdrawal things.
Yeah, that works too.
That takes them. Yeah.
Yep. Well, mine with Chime, it automatically. I don't have to type in like when I did the Bluebird. I would have to type in what it was. But since I got my Chime, all I got to do is scan it. It automatically comes up Chime. I don't have to put the amount in. So,
So I bought Johnny's sister and husband. I got them each a lighter, Zippo, with their initials on them, first and last initial.
Yeah.
Same thing. It was a matching pair, and but except for the initials. Hers, I forget the last initials of A. I think his name's John also. So his was J.A. and hers was C.A. or something.
Oh, ain't too bad.
And they like, man, thank you. We wasn't expecting this. Thank you. You are appreciated. We got some more stubs. Johnny's got some more stubs for you. A postcard they sent me.
Damn.
Not in the mail, but they gave it to Johnny to give to me. And man, they freaked out and said, man, that was real nice of you to get us those lighters. Those lighters were like 8,000 points apiece. Only 800 of them stubs. But hell, they give me a lot. So, I mean, I figure why not, And then
exactly. Yeah.
I was going to get Johnny a spatula set, Blackstone griddle, the tongs, and two big them long spatulas, and an oil bottle or a melted butter bottle. It's all in a nice little zipper bag, that you tote, and two spatulas, tongs, and the oil bottle. I think that was like 17,000. Somebody scooped them up. I was gonna get another one because man, you're looking at like $50, I think, for a toolkit, for a Blackstone griddle. Hell, I should have showed you that bag. That they got I forget who makes those bags. Let me see. These bags are like 23,000 points. It's a Brouk, B-R-O-U-K, and company, a duffel bag. That bag from the company is $140. I can get it for 23,000 points. Nice bag, 2 foot long, I mean, nice. It's that suede or whatever. But y'all can Google that and see what it is.
So wait, each coat is like 10 points, you say?
100.
Oh, okay.
Each stub, that's
that ain't too bad.
And you can do 30 a month, so that's 3,000 points a month.
Oh, see, that's what I hate. Limits. They should let you.
They had to do that because of not mass media, but mass like a lot coming in at one time and all that. Like say like what I'm doing. People.
Yeah.
They don't think people are buying like 10 cartons at a time to do that and smoking. I guess they don't want to be blamed for people smoking more. But, 1 pack a day, is the average, some average smokers, a pack a day. I mean, I was like a pack and a half, cigars.
My uncle used to buy, well, my aunt would buy, I don't know, 5 or 10 cartons at a time and say, here you go. Because they got that tobacco. I don't know if it's still around. They had that tobacco place. It used to be a Taco Bell up there, and it had the drive-through. And you would go through the drive-through. Yeah, place my order for the cigarettes. I want to pack these, carton of these, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And
we got several smoke shops over here in town. They got drive-throughs. Those two do. Now we have a Tobacco Plus, which is a ShopRite store, and they have the Bourbon Street Deli next to it. It's a restaurant, connected to, built in to a ShopRite store. And I think y'all got ShopRites over there somewhere around there.
No, I don't think we have it anymore.
Because Okay.
But that place I was telling you about, that's in I think it's in Marksville. Yeah, I think it's in Marksville. It's a sandwich place too. You go in there to order food, but they also sell like liquor and cigarettes.
That might be a ShopRite with a Bourbon Street Deli in it.
It's possible. This was a few years ago. This was when my uncle was alive. But because my aunt would always go, we went with her one time, and she spent like $200 something on this damn cigarettes. They were cheap, but she bought them like 10 cartons at a time, though. I mean, shit. But, and
Years ago,
and my cousin smokes, so he gets all those damn. I don't know what he smokes, but he's always smoking something.
Years ago, my aunt and uncle, they buy their cigarettes by the case. They smoked the same thing, same brand. I think it was Bel Airs, and they saved them coupons. You know, B&W, Raleigh had them. It was a coupon. It was like 2 in a pack, slipped in the plastic.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And then they had like I forget how many in a strip. I think there was 10 or 20. Yeah, there was 20. If you bought a whole carton, you got them in the cigarettes, and you got a bonus of 20 that was next to the cigarettes in the carton. And Mama used to save those little things and get stuff from them.
Well,
you can get a toaster. They had there was a rewards program. You know, they had a catalog with all that stuff you could get.
That's how they got you back then with like those stamp things too. I mean, you know, well, they give you free shit, but is it really free if you're buying that product like crazy? Kat's got the hookup. She got the smoke shop hookup.
You worked that one for 2 years, huh? They got one in.
I don't smoke.
Hell, I think this one is in Marksville. We got a pinpointer right there. Let's see. We
were in Marksville at the time.
Okay, now this is the Bourbon Street Deli locations. You know, they got more ShopRite locations. Not all ShopRites has a Bourbon Street Deli in it or attached to it. There's one in Abbeville, Louisiana, Homer, Louisiana. Well, I ain't gonna say Louisiana anymore. Crowley, Lafayette, Country Club Road, Lake Charles, Marksville, Bourbon Street Deli.
That's probably where it was then. Where
Tunica Drive, 744 Tunica Drive, Marksville.
Yeah, it's right there by the Paragon, and that's the Tunica Biloxi Indians and on the Paragon.
Right.
So
yeah, but that's a ShopRite or Tobacco Plus. Okay, they're all the same. Tobacco Plus is ShopRite.
That's probably what it was, Tobacco Plus.
And then
this was a couple of years ago.
And in it or next to it, you know, it's a one building. Either, you know, the convenience stores here, and you walk through that opening, and you're in the sandwich part. You know, restaurant grill part. They got fried shrimp po' boys, oyster po' boys. They got good food in them places, man. They do. Cool. Oh, yeah. I used to get once or twice a week. I used to go to the one in Abbeville. And because they used to have a Stop and Shop barbecue in Abbeville. They had a Stop and Shop, and then next to it, they had a Stop and Shop barbecue. And they had boudin, homemade boudin they made right there. They had cracklings, they had ribs, you know, chicken, pork chops. And every Wednesday and Friday during Lent, they had fried shrimp po' boys. And it was with fries and a Coke, $3. a long time ago. But man, they look. They took there was a half of a po' boy bread, the 12-inch. They cut it in half, the French bread. Then they put the mayonnaise, whatever you want on it, condiments, and then it was open like that. And Bourbon Street Deli does the same thing. They fill it up with shrimp while the bun's open. You got to eat out of the po' boy before you can close it, or half-ass close it, and then eat. When you're eating the po' boy, shrimp are falling out. They used to put a good 2 dozen shrimp on there.
That's the best kind.
So next time you go to that one, think about the shrimp po' boys and order one. They ain't but like $6, I think, $6 or $7 for a po' boy, shrimp po' boy. You're gonna enjoy it.
Well, I always eat. Well, I haven't eaten a po' boy in a while, but I mean, I used to. When I lived at the other place, there was a po' boy place, po' boy factory right across the street.
Next time you go to oh, was that the Indians that owned that one, or the not Indians? What were they? They had an accent. You said
Probably. This was a couple of years ago.
yeah.
This was 3 or
That's
4
what I'm
years
talking
ago.
about. You used to get your receipts from them, and I think he'd give you extra receipts or something.
Oh,
he
that
would
was
do it too.
that was Witch.
Yeah. Okay. That's not the same one.
Well, yeah, it was a foreign guy. But he died. He had a heart attack or something, or a stroke
Yeah.
or something. He died, but I still know his wife. Actually,
But that was the
the
people
building I
that-
work at is right down the street from the Witch.
Okay. Is that the
It's
po'
right
boy
there.
place you was mentioning just now?
No, that's a sandwich place. They don't do po' boys.
Oh, okay.
They do like actual sandwiches and like sort of like it's a sandwich place, but it's sort of like a Panera, I guess, a mini Panera or whatever.
Okay.
But
I didn't.
No, the other
I
place-
seen that Panera. I thought it was just a bread company in Tucson.
No.
I lived there for a couple of years, and I didn't know it was like a sandwich place and coffee and all. I didn't know that. And then they had Panda Express, which is Chinese food. I mean, all that was new to me. Bevmo, BEV-MO, Bevmo. I thought that was
Never
a
heard
damn
of that.
furniture and bed company. Oh man, that was the biggest liquor store I ever seen in my life. Man, all over the world, man. They got stuff in the shoe, boy, man. And so anyway, this Sunday will be 2 years I quit smoking.
There you go. Congratulations.
2 years. Thank you.
You have to do a 2-year anniversary stream.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, well, a lot of people know I smoked cigars. I didn't smoke cigarettes, so it kind of makes a difference. They were cheaper, and I didn't smoke as much. Everybody
You said the
thought I
magic
was
word.
cheaper.
Well, no, not cheaper, but cigar. Pretty soon you
Oh.
keep saying cigars, and Cult will be popping in here.
Yo, yeah.
You're like, what? The universe is like, all right, there we go.
Every now and then, though, I still wish I had a big stogie to light up and puff on. But everybody was like, man, you smoke a lot, because I was always lighting it, And I'm like, no, man, they say you smoke three, you lit 3 in the last hour. I'm like, no, I was relighting it. They go out and I was relighting them. Because, I just hold them in my hand and it'd go out in my hand. The cigars go out on you. And you got to relight. So they go out right away. So hell, I only smoked that much of it. And when I was relighting it, it looked like a whole one. I saved
They
a few
usually do
dollars.
that.
Yeah, I saved a few dollars doing that.
Shit, do what the homeless do. They go to that. They pick through the ashtray and they find the smallest freaking cigar, and they try to light that thing. And I gotta laugh. I've seen people do that. Like I used to see him watch him at the lobby, walking in front of the library, and I'd see him dig in there, and it'd be as small as that, because it used to be. They used to have those woods next to the library before they tore it down to make it the park. They were going to put a bank there, and something went through, so they just made it a parking lot for the library. But it used to be the woods right next to the library, and the homeless would live there. And they come out of there, they'd be digging in that ashtray. One time I saw this guy butt ass naked, and don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. And he's just digging. He finds this little tiny, the smallest freaking cigarette you can find. I'm talking like small. And he sitting there with a match, and he's like, I'm like, now, this would have been funny. If he would have had clothes on, I would have recorded this and put that on YouTube, because it was the funniest thing ever. But I'm just like, oh, he must be taking his morning walk. Because they used to have a few guys in the woods that were mentally crazy. And he was one of them. But there are people that will do that. They'll dig through the ashtrays and they'll find the ones that are still lightable, light them up. They don't care that people's mouths on them things. They just screw it. And that's how they get their free smokes.
Yeah, that or you can take like where the filter's at on a cigarette, because I've did this already. I used to keep my butts, and I'd leave a little tobacco in there on purpose. But the tobacco goes further than the color of the paper, the filter paper. It goes back about 1/4 inch, and you could just pop that open and do this, and that tobacco will fall right out. But I used to do that just in case I would run out. I'd save the butts, and if I needed to, like I said, if I ran out of cigarettes or whatever, and I couldn't get to the store until that afternoon or whatever, I'd have that tobacco, and I always kept a pack of rolling paper, like top rolling paper that you can get, or whatever you get with tobacco, like a Bugler or whatever. Yeah, Bugler was non-menthol. Kite was the menthol. So I'd have Bugler paper, and sometimes I just had a pack of tobacco, just in case, I didn't have no ready rolls. And you just pop that tobacco out of there, and boom, you're done. Roll you one up. That's smart way to do it. Instead of trying to smoke it, that short, like you was talking about that guy, instead of trying to smoke a short like that, just tear the butt off, the filter off, and you have enough tobacco for a whole cigarette. That way you can enjoy it. Now, it's kind of don't taste like a fresh cigarette. Because you got all that smoke that's been through there.
Yeah, if you get the same results.
But that ain't the first time. This ain't the first time I quit. I quit. One time I was working in a highly flammable area, and couldn't smoke. I'm running a crew boat in this oil patch, and you can't smoke, but I got 2 V12 diesel engines in that crew boat, 65-foot crew boat with 2 V12 engines, Detroit diesels, 1271s. But that's a wet exhaust, so no sparks coming out the side. And it's loud, they don't have no mufflers. It's kind of like a muffler, but it's not. But anyway, it's a wet exhaust, so yeah, there's no sparks or nothing like that. But that works. That's kind of like fox in a hen house, with that big crew boat in a highly flammable area. And the boats were aluminum. They had rubber tires on the back, to butt up to a dock or whatever. No tires on the side, not on a crew boat. tugboats, yeah, all the way around. And 2 V12 Detroits. But like I said, it's wet exhaust. It's water coming out of the mufflers. You know, it's taking that seawater in and passing it around a heat exchanger when they had, good coolant in that exchanger, but seawater around it to keep it cool. Because there's no fans in the engine room and nothing like that. You know, no radiator, heat exchanger. And there was cool seawater passing over all those coils, and that seawater would blow out the exhaust on each side of the boat.
Sounds like those data centers now that they want to put everywhere. Or it's like my brother had this computer years ago, and he had this contraption, and he had water going through it. And I said, "What the hell is that for?" And he goes, "Oh, to cool." What was to cool something down so it didn't overheat. He'd have like it looked like a damn, it was like a wire, it was like a plastic tubing thing. It's sort of like, and he had it rigged up to where like it would cool off the computer or something like that. I'm like, that's the weirdest thing.
All those server rooms and data rooms, all that has to be kept a certain temperature and humidity. I think it's like 40% humidity or something like that. 35 to 40% humidity. Trump had he showed it in a meeting or whatever, that Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, whatever, Meta. Mark, is that Mark? Okay.
That's his name.
He showed a picture of it's on the internet. You can find it anywhere. Of a data center that was the size of Manhattan Island, if not a little bigger. They superimposed the square foot area on Manhattan Island. It covered it completely. That's the one they were supposed to build. They wanted to build in Louisiana, and the people of Louisiana said no.
They're fighting that everywhere. Several states are fighting that.
It was going to be
I read
the biggest
recently,
one in the world.
Yeah. You know what China's doing? There's a thing now, apparently, with these data centers. It's called heat waste. All that heat, it's called heat waste. And they said it gets into the atmosphere and causes the green gas effect and, the ozone and all this other crap. So that's why another reason why people are putting against it. Because they wanted to build a data center down here, and they immediately said, no. They wouldn't even let them build a casino down here. How the hell are you going to let them build a data center? They said, absolutely not. They were.
Where was that the biggest one in the world? Where was it supposed to be at here in Louisiana? What area?
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
I do know Elon Musk wants to buy a lot of property by Freshwater City down there on the Gulf of America. And somebody said one time, well, what about the hurricanes? Elon wants to make a launch pad in Louisiana, like Cape Canaveral or whatever, and he owns one in Texas. He wants another one. Somebody said, what about the hurricanes? I'm like, they ain't scared of no hurricanes in Texas. They got hurricanes that hit Texas by Galveston just like they do here, I say when a big hurricane hits Galveston, we feel the effects here in Louisiana from that hurricane. We get flooding and all that too. Hurricanes are huge.
Well, they got a I don't know what it's called, tropical storm or something. It's on the other side of Mexico, but there's this phenomenon. It's called the crossover, and it's happened 18 times in the recorded history going back to 1930 or something.
Yeah, where storms cross Central America and come into
they go over the Sierra Mountains, and the mountains are supposed to slow it down, but the mountains sometimes don't, and that's where they said Andrew came from, Hurricane Andrew. It went right in Louisiana. from
I don't
that
think so.
crossover.
I don't think Andrew started there.
Sure wasn't it? Well, maybe it was. I thought they said Andrew, but I was watching it last week or so, and we actually got a thing in the Gulf now. It's all this moisture. It's supposed to have a low front coming down.
Andrew started from Florida, on the other side of Florida, because I remember the pattern going up, and Captain Lassane was saying, "Man, it's gonna hit us." I'm like, "No," and then they did predict it to go to Texas, Louisiana, Texas line, by Galveston, that area. Nope, it all of a sudden took a turn and headed straight up the Chaffalaya Basin. The eye was less than 18 miles from my house. Man, we caught hell in Grosset. By Tiger Truck Stop, we caught hell. Baton Rouge caught hell, and we were closer to the eye than Baton Rouge.
I might have been thinking of another storm.
There was a few storms that crossed over. Yeah, there was. From us to them, to their side, and their side to us. They
said when that happened.
Not long ago.
They said when that, I think they said there were 18 recorded. I think that's what they said. It was on Fox Weather. But they said if it crosses over and it keeps cohesion, it keeps the same name. But if it crosses over and loses organization, but then reorganizes, it'll count as a different storm.
Right. It's got to keep its tropical characteristics. It can go non-tropical, okay, get down, downgraded so much where it's non-tropical. Like say if it's still so many millibars of pressure and all that, if it holds those characteristics, it's going to have the same name as the same storm.
Yeah, I know I think they already had a storm out there, but I know the first hurricane, the first
Christina or something, Charlene or something that was in the Gulf
this year.
Yeah, I think that's the one that crossed over.
I didn't know we were that far. I know the first storm was named Amanda, but there was like an EF or some weird ass storm that was near Mexico last week, and it's before hurricane season started, which you can have hurricanes before and after hurricane season, depending on the water, obviously. But they're supposed to have a low front coming down. There's all the moisture from the Gulf. They were saying Monday and Tuesday's coming up. By next weekend, it's going to get rainy again, and we had a shitload of rain. Like New Orleans was like 13-inch deficit for the year, and then last week we must have got like 15 or 16 inches.
Oh yeah. Andrew started out in the Atlantic. It was a named storm. It came off off Africa, like them long range storms do, and then they get named. A few days later. So yeah, it was one of those African storms that came off the coast of Africa. But they came off from land. It was and then they tumble out there, and it's a low pressure, and then they tumble out in the Atlantic, and it's warm water, and they start as a hurricane, tropical storm, then a hurricane, and because they crossed Florida. I remember Big T. He barbecued for the eye of the storm. He cooked some food on his back patio because he was living in Florida at the time, him and Mama T. He said the eye, it was so huge it took like 40 minutes for the eye to pass over him. And he said he cooked some ribs or something, some quick cooking meat, pork chops or something on the grill, barbecued him outside on his patio when the eye passed over.
And that worked. You might as well.
Let's see. Homestead. You remember when they passed through Florida, Miami-Dade County? I never heard of Miami-Dade County until Andrew wiped them off the map.
That's where Miami-Dade County is where Miami football is.
Yeah, Miami
Miami
County.
Hurricanes.
Two counties they butt together like that, and that they have a base there too, Air Force Base or something, and it tore South Florida up. Then it tore Louisiana up.
I think that was in 92.
92.
Yeah.
I remember it well. Because in 93, March 12, 1993, that storm of the century hit. It was a blizzard. And it when it got to Florida, it was so massive. They had 80 mile, 90 mile an hour winds, and it took houses on stilts in Florida. And it did just like a hurricane and destroyed them. They had a storm surge for a blizzard, yeah. And then it went up the East Coast. They call that the storm of the century. We had 2 foot of snow in Baton Rouge and Grosset. And like 70 mile an hour winds. And the tree fell and it knocked the tree. Okay, Andrew took the tree, a cedar tree, the aromatic cedar, they brittle. And when a hurricane passed somewhere or a tornado or something, you see the cedar trees all broken, and that's that aromatic cedar, that stuff that smells good, and closets and cedar chests. And Andrew took half of it, laid it in the yard, and took some high wires with it, and then not quite a year later, March 12th, 1993, Andrew was in 92. This storm of the century was in March. It was a Friday. March 12th, it took the other half of that tree, and the way it was, it had that branch on it. It speared it through my roof of my house and in my bed. If I'd have been there, I was at the French dance in Baton Rouge with the CFMA, Cajun French Music Association. And we had a dance, annual Friday night dance, and Richard LaBeouf was playing over there. And being all that bad weather and stuff, we still had a pretty decent little crowd.
Yeah, you got a party, though.
I remember that well. I remember both them, the years of Andrew, and the day, and the time and all that, and the year of that storm of the century, because of what happened to my house. I said, I'll never forget this day. It'll live in infamy in my mind.
We had the, I want to say it was 95. We refer to it as the May flood. Flooded the shit out of where I was at. St. Bernard and stuff, all the water. It rained so much, it freaking topped the levee. It flooded a lot. It flooded. It was just like we couldn't get to school. It flooded everything, flooded the roads. It rained for like 3 days straight. Like I'm talking about like constant rain, didn't stop. That was May. I want to say May 18th, but we refer to it as the May flood because it happened in May. But then that snowstorm that happened briefly, but I don't remember many holidays other than that. But
oh yeah, it is Christina. That was the name of the storm, and it did cross over.
I didn't know we were at seas already. Huh?
Season, yeah. June 1st.
No, I know we had the season. I didn't know we were at the letter C already. We started with Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize they had a storm.
No, wait. Christina, like I said, is a crossover storm from the Pacific side.
No, I know, I get that, but
and it came in the Gulf, you see, and it held the same name, but it petered out in the Gulf. It didn't survive the crossover all the way. Let me see. That was 1 day ago. Let me see here.
Well, I haven't flipped on Fox weather in 2 or 3 days, so
First
that
potential
would make
tropical storm, because it went down to depression. I think they name them as a depression now instead of waiting until they get to hurricane strength. I mean, depression strength. See, right here, Christina, 40-mile-an-hour winds. That's usually when they name them. And let's see, development odds about Friday, 0. So it didn't go into the Gulf yet. But if it did, it would hold the same name. And I guess that would be if they would have a C in the Gulf, like say Catherine or Kathy, whatever. I think it would hold the same. So there would be 2 C hurricanes or 2 C storms, because one was a crossover, one was our regular one. So it's going to move over part of Texas, like South Texas. It's going to cross over, but it's not going to be bad, because the Hurricane Center has issued its first potential tropical development zone over the Gulf for the first time in 26. Tropical storm Christina is currently spinning over the Pacific near Central America, and its remnant moisture will get into the Gulf around Friday. That'll be tomorrow. The Bay of Campeche is noted for rapidly spinning up circulations and all that. But even if this were to develop into hurricane or storm Arthur, so we hadn't got into the A's into the names yet. If it would cross over and keep its characteristics, tropical characteristics, it would still be Christina. But if it loses that, like they think it will, and then go into the Gulf, it's going to be Arthur.
I thought the first name was Amanda.
Well,
Did they change that too?
It's not what it says here. Maybe Amanda and now the Pacific has different names than the Atlantic.
That what? Yeah, because I remember when I was watching Fox Weather a few days ago, they were talking about the names, and they said it starts off. I remember that they said Amanda, and then it was, I don't remember the other two. There's a lot of weird names on there though, but you know.
Yeah, they a lot of Polynesian and Spanish names in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Let me see. Amanda, Boris, Christina, Douglas, Elida, or Elida, Elida, Elida. So
Yeah, it's a Spanish name, I think.
Fausto, Genevieve, Hernan, Isel, Julio, Karina instead of Katrina, Karina, Lowell, Lowell, Marie, Norbert, Odalis, Polo, Rachel, Simon, Trudy, Vance, Winnie, and Zeke, and Yolanda, Xavier, not Zeke, Xavier. Xavier with an X, and Yolanda and Zeke with a Z. So they got 26. There's no Q. There's no Q. They got all the other letters but a Q. Hell, sometimes the Atlantic, they don't have but maybe sometimes 16 names. They'll run out of names. They already ran out of names twice for the Atlantic storm because they didn't have that many names in the for the alphabet.
They were doing the alpha beta, but they don't. They said they're not doing that anymore.
We went to the Greek alphabet twice that I know of, that I remember twice.
Yeah.
Went to the Greek alphabet.
But they're not doing that anymore.
About 4 years ago, we had Hurricane Beta. It was right after Laura, the one that hit Lake Charles real bad, and over here, and that was Laura. And then we went to the Greek alphabet, and we had Beta over here that passed over. The eye passed over us. I was live that time. I was live for the whole hurricane. We didn't lose electricity. Yep. We didn't lose electricity. In fact, there was a girl that was a coin collector. She was a nurse also. She was always down in her basement when she would go live or whatever, or in a panel. I forget her name. Nicole Coins or Nikki Coins or something. But she didn't get good reception down there in the basement. But she was a nurse. She was with me for a while in there, and a few other people. I don't know. It's the video's up there in the live section.
Yeah, that's watch it one of these days. Cut and wrapped free. I would certainly hope that meat's cut and wrapped for free.
Well, some people, you're talking about a commercial, huh? Meat.
It's a Rouse's commercial. And it said something about meat cut and wrapped free.
Yeah, like if you want
it's cut and wrapped free.
Like if you want to buy a quarter of a cow beef. If you want to buy like the front shoulder, they'll cut it for you, and you just bring them ice chest and you wrap it at your house or bag it at your house. But it pays just to go ahead and let them wrap it for you.
Might as well. I wrapped meat already.
Well, they got several slaughterhouses here in town that you bring them a half, or you just bring them a whole cow. Just bring them live. They'll kill it, hang it for however you want to age it in the cooler, and then they'll cut it. If you want it wrapped, they'll wrap it or vacuum bag. It just pays to have them do it, man, because that's a lot of work. If you got a lot of counter space, or whatever, a big table, Formica table, go to town, wrap it yourself, save you some, a little bit of money. But hell, if I can get it vacuum packed, hell yeah, man, because it lasts longer vacuum packed. That should last 10 years in your freezer.
Oh yeah, no air to slow anything down. Yeah.
Below zero, yeah, because deep freezers are below zero. Regular freezers, icebox freezers, like on top, bottom top. Regular freezers on top, they don't get but to like 25, I think. That's it. And that's not enough that's not cold enough to keep meat for 5 years, But dude, I'm getting hungry. I appreciate you having me up. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes.
Hour and a half. Usually around this time, I'm sleeping. I'll be watching TV.
There you go.
I'm out. And I'll wake up at like 3 in the morning.
I was eating a little sugar snack earlier, some strawberries and, dipping in sugar. And
I was eating hamburger.
I seen a picture of a hamburger at Bourbon Street Deli, homemade hamburger. The patty made right there by hand, mashed and then cooked. Well, I'm gonna show you a picture of it. Where's it at? Where's the beef?
You know, there's a song on YouTube that this guy sings. It's called Phoenix, Arizona McCloud, or some shit, I think his name. And he's singing about that. And then she goes, "Where's the beef?" It was a song from something McCloud, Coyote McCloud, I think his name is. Some weird, some Indian guy. He's talking about, "I don't see the beef. Where is the beef? I don't see the beef."
Down in the basement.
Like, where's the beef? No, this thing takes forever.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Now, that's a good-looking hamburger.
Oh, shit, I'll take that right now.
And look, the onion ring. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I
Some good
saw
stuff
that
there.
earlier. Oh, damn. All right, so I'm going to pop this up. Oops, wrong one. Where's it at? Right there. Let's see. Oh, shit, I'm gonna have to stop sharing it. It went to a different page. So it didn't
Oh, I didn't even see.
didn't follow it. Yeah, see when it changes to a new tab open
Yeah.
with the menu, it doesn't follow it. So anyway. All right, Cat 73. I'll appreciate the thoughts you did earlier. And let's see. Oh yeah, well, y'all know the routine. It's good being north of the grass. Be safe. Wait.
Redo.
I ain't said it in I don't know how long. It's been a while. It's good being north of the grass. Stay safe. Be that way, and stay safe. That's it. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. I blew tie. Appreciate you having me up, Phil Guy.
No problem. I'll catch you later.
Blew tie.
I almost said that phrase. I've heard it so much. I probably could have said it, but I don't know. But one of these days, I got to get Sir Grumpy Stack up here. You know, I'm probably single-handedly responsible for Grumpy Stack going sober. And he's like, nah, I ain't going back on that dude's stream because I'm going to start drinking again, and that shit ain't going to happen. No, but, well, I guess I'm going to wrap this sucker up in a minute or two. I don't know. Unless somebody else I ain't seen in a long time pops up, like Miss Carly pops back in or some shit. I used to have a lot of ladies in my streams. They used to jump on my panels. And then one by one, they disappeared until I had none that jumped on the panel. So it's just, I don't know. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. So I guess I'll end this sucker. So I appreciate all y'all being around and here and stuff. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I'll probably be in someone else's stream. I don't know who, but I'll figure it out. I follow a billion of these suckers. So, all right, Cat, and the rest of you, I'll have a good night.